YouTube and Snapchat and rumbling. Fuck, shake your tits and swing your dicks. Well, we made it to another Friday, you dirty birdies, and for your reward, here's another taint-tearing episode of your favorite internet sensation with Libation, a Friday wrap-up. Before we get today's show kicked off, I want to tip my hat to today's Libation. I decided to go a little simple today. You know, sometimes I'm a simple guy. I just went with a little tried and true Jim Beam bourbon. I've been drinking all those fancy fucking bourbons, and I like them. There's special editions, the single barrels. They're nice. But, you know, sometimes you just need simple, okay? So, Jim Beam might be lowbrow, but it's still good. So, Azalu to drink up and be somebody. Nice. Nice. Okay, kids, what a fucking week. Well, you know, it wasn't a slow news week per se, but, you know, it wasn't a big red letter week, but we did have some hits this week. So, first off, you know, Colombia refused to take their illegals back. We loaded them on a plane, tried to land them in Colombia, and they refused them. So Trump immediately threatened to impose 25% tariffs, and every week he'd increase it another 25%. And the libtards went fucking crazy as soon as he did that. You know, they started saying, "Oh my God, coffee's going to go up. We get a majority of our coffee from Colombia." And it goes to show you how fucking retarded they are, because here's a fun fact for you kids. We do not get the majority of our coffee from Colombia. We get the majority of our coffee from Brazil. Always have. You know, we get the majority of our cocaine from Colombia. You know? Assholes. So get it together, people, all right? Anyway, so Trump threatened to impose 25% tariffs, and within minutes, the Colombian government did an about-face and goes, "Mira, do you want us to send a plane for you?" You know? So they actually offered to send a plane to pick up their migrants. How about that? See? So, and it took less than a half hour. Imagine that. We got to meet Trump's new press secretary this week, I think on Monday. Caroline Levitt. She's 27 years old, this girl. Youngest press secretary to ever hold this position. Pretty girl, and smarter than a fucking razor blade. I mean, what a big departure from that fucking piece of shit we had before, that fried kid fucking Karine Jean-Pierre. Get the fuck out of here. And, you know, she didn't have a binder. She's able to answer questions articulately and intelligently. She sort of put the fake news in their place. And now they're opening up these press conferences. Like now podcasters and influencers can apply for White House press credentials. So naturally, my fucking face lit up because now we're in my lane. I could literally, scope this, I could literally apply for press credentials at the White House. Can you fucking imagine that? A live interview at the White House, at a press conference on the Friday wrap-up? I mean, come on. Don't you think I'm going to fill this fucking thing out? Absolutely I will. Absolutely I will. Okay, so I also discovered a new comedian this week. I don't know how this escaped my purview. Her name is Leonarda Joni. I mean, she's conservative, she's hot, and she's fucking funny as shit. She was originally born in the Maldives, which is like, what is Eastern Europe? Not even Eastern European. It's like near like Croatia, somewhere around there. And she grew up in the Bronx. And she's just fucking funny as hell. She tears all these libtards apart. I think I might be in love. So last night, I was over at the bar. And I don't know how the fuck I get pulled into these conversations. The topic of conversation, I don't know what the fuck these two girls were talking about this. Bisexual men. So naturally, I had to chime in. There's no, I said it before, and I'm going to say it again. There is no such thing as a bisexual man. There's gays, and then there's gays that say sometimes they like to fuck abroad, but, you know, any guy who occasionally likes a cock in the face is a fag. They're gay. They're just confused. There's no such thing. And they're trying to argue, being, "Oh, no, it's gender fluid." Fuck that gender fluid shit, okay? No. Women are gender fluid because that's femininity. Every chick has some kind of inherent. They're more prone to bisexuality because they're women. All right. Every chick has grabbed her friend's tits. If I walked into a bar and I grabbed the girl's tits, I'm going to jail. I'm probably going to also have a black eye. All right. A girl can walk into a bar and get away with that 9 times out of 10. Okay. Guys don't run around grabbing each other's junk unless they're cocksuckers. You understand? So there's no such thing as fucking bisexual men. Okay? So I don't know what goes on in the dating world now. Okay? Some women apparently get turned on by this. This was the fucking rumor. Like his and hers cocksucking sessions. Like I don't... If your guy says to you, hey honey, let's go suck a dick together. One, you should run. Okay? That's a red flag right there. And 2, he's a fucking rump wrangler. I'm sorry. Like I said, there is no such thing as gender fluidity among men unless they're fucking gay. Okay? Then devil's threesomes came up. Now, for those of you that don't know what a devil's threesome is, it's when a girl's fucking 2 guys. So a buddy of mine says, well, what do you think about that? I says, that's gay. He goes, no. I said, listen, okay, first of all, if I'm going to have a threesome, which seems to be very exhausting. You know what I mean? Like it's just too much going on. All right, I'm too old for that shit. But if for some reason that was to happen, okay, it has to be with 2 women. You can't if you engage in that type of activity with 2 men. So a ball, a tip, something's gonna touch. You should be the only stud in your fantasy. Okay, all right. So like I was explaining, like listen. Here's the problem with that. Somebody in that devil's threesome is a fucking $3 bill. One of you is going to have a problem with the other guy being there. And if you're the one who doesn't have a problem with the other guy being there, congratulations, you're a fucking fruit. Okay? Hell of a show today. DEI dilemmas and disabled people. It's all in the Friday wrap-up, so hang on, kids. Here we go. Okay. Get your tickets out. We're about to hop onto that maniacal, magical express in the mayhem and fuckery. The crazy train's about to leave the station. Oh, but, woo-hoo! First stop, Washington, D.C. So, we had a tragedy this week. A Black Hawk helicopter crashed into a departing American airline commercial flight leaving Washington, D.C. No survivors. Everybody in both aircrafts died. Okay, and it's sad because, all the passengers on apparently the American airline flight had a bunch of kids on it. They were like an Olympic skating team or something like that, and that's sad. Now, everybody's going, well, how did this happen? Because this, I don't know if you guys noticed, but departure lanes and arrival lanes over an airport are no-fly zones. The only thing coming in and out the departing or arriving flight, and that's controlled by the air traffic control tower. Now, apparently, this Black Hawk helicopter was on a routine training mission or training thing. Now, they shouldn't be flying that close to Reagan International. So, there has to be there's some kind of a disconnect somewhere because there's radar. At night you can only see so much in front. I mean, I don't know how the fuck you miss a 747, but whatever. Those Black Hawk helicopters are no joke. They fucking fly. They're quick. Okay, so this is human error here. Okay, I tend to think it's not the pilots on the commercial airline. Okay, now DEI plays a big role in all of this because for the last 4 years, we've been replacing skilled personnel with DEI hires that can't really punch their fucking way out of a wet paper bag. Okay? My philosophy is this. If you're experienced for the job, then you should have the job. Regardless of where the fuck you come from, your color, your this, your that. Who cares? Okay? These jobs are very, you can't just put some fucking guy who was working at Walmart 20 minutes ago in an air traffic control tower or at the stick of a fucking aircraft. Now, the commercial airlines, most of their arrivals, departures, everything is like pre-programmed. The pilot is really just there in case something goes wrong. So that's why I said I don't think this was pilot error on the American Airlines pilot. As much as I hate American Airlines, I really don't think this is their fault. I tend to think, now there's some speculation that the air traffic control tower might have fucked this up. Maybe gave clearance too soon. I don't know. They found the black box today, so we'll probably get more information out of that as the weeks go on. But I tend to think that the error here, and I hate to disparage the military, was the military pilots in the Black Hawk helicopter, because this is what happens when you DEI the fucking military. Because of vaccine initiatives and all this DEI bullshit, a lot of skilled officers and enlistees have left the military, either by choice or by force. So what we're left with is, these fucking DEI deranged fucks. The person flying the fucking helicopter is more concerned about what bathroom they should be using than to learn how to read the scopes properly, how to fucking pilot the aircraft. Now, apparently the pilot was a female officer, captain, Army captain, and she had over 1,000 hours of flight time, which makes her a skilled pilot. Maybe the fucking con officer is cross-eyed. I don't know. But I tend to think this is human error, and really, most likely because of DEI initiatives. And that's all I'm going to say on that. While we're in D.C., let's take a stop over to the White House. So Trump made he makes these libtards fucking nuts. So he imposed a freeze on government funding for, basically grants. A lot of people apply for grants. Religious organizations, schools, universities, nonprofit organizations. So he wants to enact a freeze on all of this, really as stewardship of tax dollars. You see, government grants are given to these organizations who are tax exempt. So they don't pay federal income tax. They don't pay state income tax. They're exempt. They're 501c3s. And I know a thing or two about this. So a lot of them apply for grants. And the grants are the government basically giving them a portion of our tax dollars for whatever their needs are. Now, over the years, it's been alleged that some of these organizations may or may not misappropriate some of these funds. Maybe they're not, showing good fiduciary responsibility with the money. So basically all this is an accounting, a forensic accounting of what are you doing with the money that we're giving you. Okay. Now, in some of these organizations have been defunct and they're still getting government grants. So I'm all for this. I mean, the all these organizations are all up in arms, rightfully so, because if their funding gets cut, they're going to have to fundraise more. They're going to have to work harder. They're going to actually have to find avenues of savings. Okay, like take for a school, for example, gets its funding cut. They're applying for grants, right, under the auspices of scholastic educational needs. And if you're using the money for that, then the funding will continue. But if you're taking that money and you're using it for, things like DEI initiatives, gender reassignment, and, you don't have to use the men's room, or you could tuck your weenie in between, like shit like that, to buy books on fucking homosexuality for 6-year-olds, then I totally fucking agree with this. Do not give them a single fucking dime. If you're putting the money towards extracurriculars, sports, and things like that, fine. But if you're promoting boys playing in women's sports, then no. Okay, so I fully understand this. Okay, this is how we fix the fucking inflation problem and the overspending of government. We just keep throwing more money, and more money at these fucking things. Here, like universities, they get grants. Meanwhile, they're promoting anti-Semitism on the campus. They're, right to No, you get a couple of fucking campus cops to crack these fucking heads in. They're flying Palestinian fucking flags at Harvard and Yale. Get the fuck out of here, okay? So I'm all for this shit. Good for him, okay? Yeah, these organizations are all scrambling. Most likely, some of them are misappropriating the money. And like I said, if they're doing the right fucking thing with the money, they got nothing to worry about. Their funding will continue. If it's found out that they're doing something a little off kilter with it, well, then hey, you just got your hand slapped. There you go. Who knows if there'll be criminal charges to come, forthcoming with that stuff too? No one knows. Stay tuned to find out. So good for you, Donald. Okay, last stop, Washington State. Costco's headquarters. So I am officially boycotting Costco. This piece of shit place has replaced Pepsi with Coca-Cola and all their food courts. You know how I feel about Coca-Cola, okay? This is a DEI store. Costco is one of the few places that has not abandoned DEI initiatives. They had Al Sharpton there the other day, that fucking the human Pez dispenser. So this is a DEI store now serving racist DEI soda. If you remember correctly, way back when, a couple years ago, when all this DEI wokeness bullshit was really just, in the forefront of everything, Coca-Cola was one of the first companies to initiate it, and they basically told their employees to be less white. Okay? I wonder how that worked out for them. So, I'm boycotting this store. You should go to BJ's instead, all right? Okay? Let the DEI community have this fucking place. Shit. They can't even afford to shop there. So they'll just rob the fucking place blind, and you'll see how fast this woke shit stops. It's ridiculous. I mean, look, they ask you for your ID when you walk in, right? I mean, last time I heard, that was racist. So is it racist if Costco wants to see your ID, or is that just for elections? I'm just curious, but I'll digress. All right, kids, your sports update. So NFL, I was right. Eagles and Chiefs in the Super Bowl next Sunday. Ask me next Friday who I think is going to win. We all know, but I'll save that as a surprise for next Friday. NHL, Rangers, and I don't know what the fucking Rangers are doing. Okay, I don't know what it is that they're doing. They're this far away from just shooting the whole fucking season to shit. Okay, I really don't know what is in their fucking heads. They're just. I don't know. The Rangers are just, they're fucking awful. Okay? So Rangers play the Bruins Saturday at 3:30. Islanders in Tampa Bay Saturday at 7 o'clock. NBA, Knicks and Lakers Saturday at 8:30. Nets and Rockets Saturday at 8. And the Bulls and Raptors tonight at 7:30. On Tommy's Pub and Grub Review, I want to talk about a new place. I've been wanting to go to this place for a while, been meaning to go to. I finally got there. It's not a new spot. It's been there a long time. It's called Luigi's Italian Restaurant. It's on Union Turnpike in Queens. It's like the New Hyde Park section of Queens. And they own the Harrison in Floral Park, which is one of my haunts. So I was really curious to check this place out because I love the Harrison. So naturally, I figured this place would be good, and I wasn't wrong. I just had a couple of apps, but nothing crazy. But the food looked fucking delicious. Okay, I tried their sauce. The sauce is good. They give you this basil oil for the bread, which I could practically fucking drink that. And the pasta dishes look fucking delightful. There was this guy next to me. He ordered this his dish. It was pappardelle, which I love, with short rib ragu with a little ricotta on top. It looked fucking amazing. I just wanted to lean over and take a little swirl, But yeah, they got wood-fired pizzas. It's a nice little neighborhood Italian joint, like nothing crazy, nothing fancy, like a nice red sauce joint, but it has a nice neighborhood feel. Good little bar, good little neighborhood spot. Great spot. I will be frequenting the place. The one gripe I had. And it's usually because I'm just a pain in the ass. I tried their eggplant meatballs. I love eggplant meatballs. But, there's only one place that I know that really makes them exceptional. So I figured, let me try it, see how it is. And they weren't horrible, but I've had better. You know what the problem is? They leave the skin on the eggplant, which you know how I feel. That's completely incorrect. Okay? And it makes me a little homicidal. So they left the skin on the eggplant, they make a fucking ball out of it. And that kind of just... that grinded my gears a little bit. But other than that, place was great. I highly recommend it. Go check it out. Luigi's Italian Restaurant, Union Turnpike in Queens. On What the Fuck Is That? We are going to talk about disabled dirty dancing. So, a 19-year-old healthcare worker who's apparently dancing on retarded people's heads. Take a look.
Chill with me, come bleed with me, go down your hair, you heard what Gucci said, been it right, babe. Chill with me, come bleed with me, go down your hair, you heard what Gucci said, been it right.
What in the fuck was that? Well, yeah, I saw that, right, Pops? I figured you guys were going to come out for that one. Yeah, so she was apparently arrested and charged with exploiting a disabled person. Apparently, they ripped her weave off when they booked her. Now, this bitch looked retarded. Now, I really don't see what the problem is here. No, neither do I. I think this was probably the highlight of these retarded people's lives. Oh, Lord, why are you saying that? Well, because look, I mean, what else they got going on for the big mama? Okay? They're sitting there peeing on the furniture, eating crayons. I mean, like the little black retarded kid, right? I mean, she gave him a dance and then a candy. Oh, that's right. He got like a thrill and a treat. That's right. You see? I mean, this window licker's doing better than me. All I got today was fucking agita. Baby, Big Mama got a treat for you. That nappy jungle mess ain't no motherfucking treat. You shut your nasty ass mouth, Leroy. This here grade A pussy up under here. Bitch, that shit like the Congo. That bush so thick, you can't even see the pink no more. You fuck around and start pushing around in there, and a dead chimp liable to fall out like this. I hope the police beat your nasty ass like Amadou Diallo, motherfucker. Oh, that's pretty serious. Ah, fuck that bitch. She out of her motherfucking mind. Oh. Anyway, all right, kids, your PSA. So, I've come to the realization, and I don't know why this is surprising, shouldn't surprise you, but all Democrats are retarded. But not all retards are Democrats. Case in point. So the other day, I come out, after that whole Black Hawk American Airline thing, I come outside, and I told you about my retarded neighbor across the street. He's a Democrat, but he's retarded. He's clinically retarded. And he goes, Trump should have been on that helicopter, because sometimes he's on helicopters. Don't come at me like that. I don't care if you're fucking retarded, so I tore him apart. That's what I do. But, I should feel bad about that, like just verbally assaulting a retarded person. And I thought about it, and I'm like, nah, fuck them. They forget anyway. They have a lollipop, a cookie, and then they forget it all happened. But like, in order to be a Democrat, okay, it is a prerequisite to be retarded. Go ahead, look at any Democrat, tell me that they're not on the fucking spectrum. Okay, however, not all retarded people are predisposed to being Democrats. Follow me. Some of them are high functioning, okay, and love Trump and love our country and vote Republican. I know a couple, okay? So how about that? Smart retards. Stranger things have happened. Anyway, stay COVID-less, kids. No mask, don't ask, haters and kiss my ass. And remember, who loves you, babe? That's been your Friday wrap-up, and I'll see you when I see you.